Did you go to Nimoy's funeral?
I did.
You did?
Mm. He was one of the sweetest and most he was just the dream version of a gentleman.
When you say that, in other words, when you directed him, he was fun.
I'll tell you this: there was a day when we were shooting on the first Star Trek movie that we did, and he was going down this very narrow corridor of this spaceship set, and he fell, and he hit his nose, and he broke his nose.
Oh dear!
And he had a gash on his nose, and I thought, holy crap, this is a
disaster.
A disaster. And he's like 70s. I just felt horrible. And
he's in his 70s at that point.
Yeah. I don't want to kill myself.
What are you doing to these people?
That's the thing, right? And Leonard, after about he's kind of shaken up and everything, and about 20 minutes later, he's like, let's keep going. And we kept shooting, and they put makeup over, and we shot like 4 more hours with this guy. He was just a rock star.
Wow.
And
well, he's a Vulcan. They don't have any emotion.
No
all
pain
this green blood.
Yeah, that's right. Why is there such secrecy about the fact that you broke your back during the filming of Star Wars? You literally broke your back.
There's no secret. I talked about it on the Daily Show. There's no secrecy. What happened was when this hydraulic door came down, and it pushed down the person who happened to be right there under it, who happened to be Harrison Ford.
Right.
So
he got hurt.
Not the ideal scenario. His leg broke.
Wow.
At the ankle, and his ankle went sideways, like 90 degrees. It was really horrific.
Scary, yeah.
And so I'm there with one of my idols, who's now down on the ground. Not an ideal scenario for him. So I go and try and lift up this door, as any of us would, with a kind of like Hulk, I'm going to lift the car up off the person I love energy.
And you go over to lift it.
What I discover in doing that are 2 things. One is a hydraulic door cannot be lifted unless it wants to be lifted. And secondly, bones break. So I feel this pop in my lower back.
Ooh.
And I think, fuck, what is that? Is that a muscle? Whatever. And all I'm trying to do is help my friend. And seconds later, the door is opened up by a gentleman who has a giant button. And all day my back is hurting, and of course all I care about is the fact that Harrison has
broken his ankle.
Himself. And God knows what else. You just don't know at that moment.
Right.
You have no idea what's going on. And anyway, that night, hospital, thank God he's going to be okay, and he ends up coming back 3 months later to shoot basically his whole scene, his whole role in the film, and he's fine. But about a week later...
You had to wait 3 months for him to shoot his role?
Yeah.
How does that work? I mean,
we rearranged the schedule. We shot everything we could up front, and then Harrison went off to recover and did so amazingly and came back just, on fire.
Right.
But a week after, I go to the doctor and get a scan, and the doctor is explaining to me, this London doctor is explaining how I probably have this strain. He's looking at my scan, and I see his face go white, and he goes, "Oh my God, your back is broken."
Oh my God!
I was like, "What?" He goes, "You fractured your L4," and he shows me this thing, and so I have to wear this brace.
And you're walking around?
I'm walking around like an idiot.
Oh.
So for 2 months, I'm wearing this brace under my shirt, and I didn't tell anyone on the crew because I didn't want anyone to be like, "Kid gloves."